Boom! It's Monday panel time. Yes. How are we, gentlemen?
Very well, mate.
We'll unmute you, Gary.
Good. There we go. Lovely. You'll regret that. Yes, fine. Thank you very much, Dibbo. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Loving the giant fringe today, Tim.
My hair's normally like this.
It's kind of like the Australian Johnny Five. Was it Johnny Five? What was his name?
No clue.
Oh, I know the one you mean. Yeah, the cartoon one. Yeah.
With the giant blonde quiff.
Johnny Bravo.
That's it, Johnny Bravo.
Oh, Johnny Bravo. Hey, little mama.
Johnny Five was the robot. I can imagine you doing that in front of Robin. Play around.
I love Johnny Bravo too. He's great. And he always wears a black t-shirt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, you're the Aussie version.
Yeah, no, once it starts growing out, like my hair just goes up and then flops at some point.
So you sort of look like you've done this.
Yeah, no, bone dry. It's like boing.
We used to have a lad who in school, and his hair always grew perfectly straight out, no matter what he did with it. He had to gel it just to get it flat. We used to call him the microphone. His hair was like it wasn't black or brown. It was like a dark grey colour. So when he was walking around, if he hadn't done his hair, it just looked like a microphone.
Fair enough. How's your weekend, mate?
All right, quiet. I spent most of the time painting this bloody warhorse.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How's he coming along?
All right. Yeah, not bad. You'll see in a minute after we've done the chat. I've done the armor and stuff like that and a few other things. Just details to put on it and do the colours on the skin and things with a rider.
Lovely.
Yes. And then I can do all the other bits to go with it. You two had good weekends? Been up to much?
Not much. My Sea Fury arrived.
Ooh.
Yesterday. My DBMK Sea Fury. Which was good since they didn't give it to us on Thursday. I thought they would. But, there it is at last.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, cool box art.
Absolutely cool. So there's 7 schemes to choose from. 3 Fleet Air Arm, 2 Royal Australian Navy, a Canadian one, and a Dutch one. So I'm going to put a poll on the channel to say, okay, here's the schemes. Which ones you want?
Yeah, that box art looks very much like the one that we've got in our war memorial that I did on my Sea Fury.
Alrighty. The 2 Aussie ones they've got here are actually, one of them is at the Camden Museum of Aviation at Narellan, New South Wales. One is from an aerobatics team based at Atherton, and one's 805 squadron at Bankstown in 1961.
No.
Yeah.
So, K109.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful.
Which one did I do? I think I did the I did the
Absolutely beautiful.
The naval the reserve squadron, didn't I, in Cheshire? Training squadron.
So
I'm not getting it. It's on the shelf at the other side of the room.
But yeah, that's cool. That was really nice. My hovercraft arrived as well. My FX hovercraft arrived last week.
Yeah, I saw that on your sports special.
Yeah, that's a bit of a beast. See, the only thing is, on the box art, right? It's got the thing parked up, and there's cars coming off of it, and there's people there and that. And indeed, they provide some little cars molded with the clear frame, so they're pretty rubbish. but you can paint them. They'd be all right. Or you can nowadays you can get 144 scale vehicles easily. The problem is the skirts are in the inflated position, and when the skirts are inflated, the ramp don't hit the ground. You have to shut the engines down. It sinks down about sort of 5 or 6 feet. Then you open the ramp. So I'm just waiting to see if some clever 3D print company or someone comes up with deflated skirts for an SRM4. So I'll do this one as maybe the hover speed one. That's what we travelled on back in 94 or 95 on one. And it had like the British Rail logo on it. But if someone does do the deflated one, I'll get another kit and do it as a Royal Marines one and get some Saracens or something to come steaming out the front end of it like it's assaulting a beach. Maybe putting 20 mils on the top or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cool. But anyway, yes, that's arrived. I got the notification about it being available on Wednesday. It was in my house on Thursday morning.
Nice.
So, well done to your warehousing for picking up. He said, yeah, the warehousing's working out really well. He said, oh, by the way, I know there's more flash than usual, but we think it's still buildable. Like, oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. Talk about covering this. Like, get the answer to the criticism out straight away. And yes, there's quite a lot of flash on it. But yeah.
To be fair, it's what, 40, 50-year-old kit mold. So.
Oh, yeah, more than that, I think. 69, I think it is. 99.
Yeah, it's 50-something years old, isn't it?
Yeah, 1969 kit. So, yeah.
57 years old.
57 years old.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's older than you, Mikey. I know it's older than you, Tim. I know.
I was going to say anything. I was going to say it's not surprising that it's a bit rugged around the edges, then, isn't it? You know, a bit cracked, a bit wrinkled, a bit rugged around the edges.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little tinchy bit.
I'm 7 years older than the kit. I know.
Language a little tiny bit behind the times.
Yeah. Absolutely. But and something that was a great idea at the time, but frankly, really doesn't work very well. Economically unviable.
Yeah, beyond repair.
There's plenty of examples of that. Things that seem like a good idea at the time, like the introduction of the cane toad.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Should we get on with the chat before we get ourselves into trouble?
Okay.
Before we break Gary's morale too much.
No, you can't break my morale today. I've got a new Sea Fury, and I've got an ultrasonic 9 coming today as well.
Ooh. So, and you've got Mystery Nick's kit.
Mystery Box Nick's
conundrum.
Yes. Not sure about
that. Dean says, everybody, you know it's Monday. Loom and subscribe and have a great stream all. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
We will.
Oh, bummer for Blue Origin. The new Glenn to perform flawlessly, but the upper stage didn't complete her flight as intended. One very expensive satellite now to be deorbited as orbit can't be made, presumably maintained. Oh, right.
Yeah. Blue Origin that's Richard Branson's space thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Julian says, morning all.
Hey, Jules. He also says, good morrow, young Bob. Are all your synapses firing? If not in the same direction, at least roughly coordinated.
I've no idea which one it is these days.
Is Gary liking for you as well, Tim?
Yeah, quite badly.
We're sort of do this now.
Oh, Alien Ian says happy Monday. Well, this is running slow.
It's running real slow. You might need to do what I did and just run a diagnostics on your Wi-Fi.
Matthew says, good morning.
This is running very, very slow here.
Yeah.
Here.
Do maybe we just want to bounce through the comments, Mikey? Well,
yeah. We'll bounce through the comments whilst you sort that out, Gary. Matthew says, good morning, everyone.
Gino says, hello, everyone. Hope you all have a nice day.
Thank you. We will. Oh, fair. Tiff says, afternoon all. Is everybody ready? Please don't forget to hit the like button. Much appreciated. Yeah.
Joe says, good morning, afternoon, evening to all in chat. I hope all had a great weekend. It was a busy one for me.
And Paul says, morning, troops. It's my middle son's 10th birthday today. Happy birthday. It's also my father-in-law's birthday today. Well, I'm not telling you how old he is.
Well, happy birthday to everyone.
Yeah.
Adam says, hello all.
Hello, Adam. The Jockinese mafiosa. Gino, hello to the panel. Hello, Gino.
Patrick says, g'day all to the panel and chat.
Hello. Joe, here for about an hour and a half today, was informed by boss wife that I need to pick up a trailer of garden dirt for the mess she makes in my yard. Golf practice area. Jesus.
He also says, at least most of you have got hair to grow sideways or straight up.
My question is it actually his wife making the mess, or is it him missing the ball that's making the mess?
Yeah, just chopping it up. It was all...
Yeah, just making divots all around the garden.
Yeah, it was beautiful turf before he picked up golf.
Yeah. Hey. Duke says, good day, all you beautiful people. Just getting ready for work. I'll have to watch later. Have a good stream. Or have a strong stream.
Strong stream.
Yeah.
Bob said, oops, late but here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Hey, Bob. Alienian says, I agree. The Sea Fury box art is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Paul, I have officially got back to racing mountain bikes off-road. I'm breaking myself in with a 62-mile ride for the British Heart Foundation London to Brighton off-road bike ride. Bloody hell. More rather than you than me.
Yeah, Matt says, good afternoon all. Good afternoon, Matt.
Amen.
And Bob says, is it me or is Waito's still having computer problems?
I am. What happens is, it's a stupid computer, and I don't know how to stop it doing it. It's something to do with the cooling system.
Yeah.
That runs a script in the kernel of the computer.
Yeah.
Right? Whilst it's running that script, it takes all of the CPU and all of the disk read write. All of it. And you can do nothing.
Yeah.
While it's trying. The thing's not even hot.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to override it. I'm sure there's a way of overriding it somewhere. Like getting I've already got a new computer. That's rubbish. This is the old one I'm using, so this may have to be consigned to something else.
Yes. Swap them around, maybe. Have the new one where it's actually needed to do the heaviest workload.
It's in the office where I do all my video rendering. And that just rockets now. That just no problem. It's like dunking a hobnob. It says, "Is that all? Give me more. Make me do more." You know, it's really cool. This iMac's a pain in the whatever. Okay.
Joe says, divots? No, I always blame the poor armadillos for that. Shh, be very quiet.
Yeah. Oh, Moz is here. Afternoon all. Good afternoon, Moz. How are you, mate?
Hello.
You know, there's a armadillo that is a natural carrier for leprosy. I'm pretty sure that's an armadillo, but yeah, it's one of those ones. That's just a good fun fact.
Thanks for telling us that, Tim.
Neil says, "Good afternoon, all."
Hello,
It's being
Neil.
on stream with David Attenborough, isn't it?
Rod says, buy a Mac and be free. You have got a Mac, haven't you, Gary?
I've just got a Mac Studio upstairs, which is brilliant, and this is an iMac, which is pants, frankly, which is going to be consigned to the watery deep soon enough.
So, in other words, the best thing to do is, if you want a decent Mac, go for the top end ones.
On the top end is just mental. I mean, the top end of their desktop ones, if you film all the memory space and all the RAM space, get all of the chip, that if you max out what's on the shop, it's going to cost you £12,000.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And it's like, do you really need to do DNA sequencing? Well, this is the one for you. So, no, probably my recast videos ain't DNA sequencing, really, are they? So maybe I'll go a little lower than that. The Mac Studio I've got is beautiful and very, very, very fast as well. Yeah. This iMac is junk. Yeah. Or it soon will be.
Yeah. I've got a choice this year to save up, either save up to go to Telford or save up to get a new computer. So the battle is on at the minute. Matthew says Windows 11 have got a crap remover to remove all the bloated systems that you don't ever need. Yeah, that's
fine, but this kernel system is built into the OS. There's nothing I can do about it. So, hey ho. Oh, Bob says he overrode all the Windows problems by switching to Linux when 8 came. Yeah, if I could run Linux as an operating system on this, I would actually. I'll investigate that.
Joe says maybe Mr. Evans' IT guy, Julian, can assist Mr. Evans or his IT/limo driver.
Yeah,
absolutely. Julian's our chief test pilot. Joe says, yes, armadillos are known to carry leprosy.
I knew that.
So Matthew Wagg gives us the useful bit of advice. Don't dick armadillo. Important health fact there. Thank you. Think health and safety.
Philip says, evening, everyone.
Hey, Philip. There you go.
Do you think someone might have been a bit confused as they just dropped in seeing a comment saying, don't lick armadillos? Just at random.
Yeah. I'm confused and I'm watching
what I just tuned into.
Hey, you do what you like. Live.
I'm confused and I've been here since the beginning. Matthew says, Julian is the unknown stuntman, Colt Stevens. I don't know, but I've never seen them in the same room together.
It's true. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Turn on some thingies.
There you go. There's Horsey.
Oh, nice.
Lovely.
Oh, nice. Damn.
Yeah, he's coming along, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got I've put a skull on his head because I thought the face armor was just a bit boring. Get the focus on his head. There you go.
It's got swords and arrows and stuff sticking out of it everywhere, and its skin is all stitched together, and you're like, yeah, it needs more stuff.
Yeah. It does.
No, it looks great, mate.
Thank you. There you go. So what I'm doing is these little like horns that are sticking out and stuff, I've painted them with Troll's Claws from Army Painter, War Paints at the minute. And I'm going to move it up to bone and then white towards the tips. Matthew says, and it's only Monday.
Yeah.
Bob, I believe all Linux systems will dual boot with Windows, but not the other way around. Microsoft is nasty. And I keep knocking the horse over, which is really annoying because bits keep breaking off. Patrick says, it's looking good, Mikey. Thank you, buddy. Neil says, been to the RAFM Cosford storage facility at RF Stafford for the Julian to Space project. Launch, we have V1, V2, Tomahawk, Recovery Submarine, Supermarine Seagull, ex-Aussie Air Force. There you go. We could use a V2. We could send him up to the edge of the atmosphere and then bring it down as an ICBM. And Jim says, hello to our 3 bearded vets. Hello.
Be an ICBJ.
Yeah.
Intercontinental Ballistic Julian.
Yeah, I like that. Oh no, I need to re-wet my wet palette.
Do I want to keep...
Oh, Rich says, hey guys, sorry I'm coming late. What are you guys building? Not building anything today. I'm painting a horse with lots of shit stuck out of it.
I'm tossing up whether I want to keep
You're
doing... Tossing up.
Oh, not off then.
No, I learned that lesson. Yeah.
That's all right then. That's a whole different
I'm increasingly having to police my language. But no, I'm tossing up, continuing doing the prep work on the bloody swordfish, because my delivery of SMS paints will arrive soon, like in a week, or start working on the old Hasegawa Dauntless.
Yeah. Ooh. Chat, have your input.
Yeah, we'll see what they reckon.
Yeah. Julian says, no, I'm not the $6 million man. 37p bloke more like. I've been rebuilt. I need a word with the builder's kneecaps as he made a cat's ass of the process. It's all right. We can fix you. We can strap you to a missile. That's all. Paul says, tomorrow is being shown around HMS Belfast in the engine room, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Very nice.
Enjoy. It's a very cool space.
Space that you would have been in if you'd been on that ship. You'd have worked on.
The Belfast is the one that's on the Thames, right?
Yeah.
I've been through that.
No, I mean, if you'd been serving on that ship, that's where you would have been.
Oh, right. Yeah. I would have been living down there. No, it was good. When I went on a tour of the Belfast, the guide was an ex-stoker himself.
Yeah.
When I told him that, I was in the Australian Navy as a stoker, he's like, oh, I've got something to show you, like that, and kind of took me a little bit off the beaten path and showed me some other stuff, which was very nifty.
Nice. Ian says, Neil. Oh, he was at Cosford Museum on Saturday. There we go. Matthew, just ordered some ultra clear UV resin to create some headlights for my tanks and a UV torch. Do I need one of those orange plastic shield things that the dentists use? Nah. Just don't shine it on your skin and things. You'll be fine. Dieter says, Paul, take lots of pictures, please. Neil, me too, listening to Z-Man. Cool. There you go.
Yeah, the wingspan's actually quite big on the swordfish. 148.
They are huge.
You were looking at one the other day, weren't you, Gary?
I was standing next to one just on Thursday. Navy wings. They're absolutely huge things.
Yeah,
Mind you, the Sea Fury is a beast of a kit.
If you thought ahead, Tim, you could have asked him to take some photos for you.
It's all good. I'm pretty happy with the one that I'm emulating.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of firsts for me. It's my first biplane. It's my first what do you call it? Like multi-man crew.
Yeah.
First bit of scratch building stuff for the clear parts that were missing when I got this kit secondhand. And then first time painting canvas and stuff. So yeah, I'm emulating someone else's work because it's probably the best way to learn, I think.
Absolutely. Dietz, interesting that Belfast was last of the town class light cruisers of her batch. Together with HMS Edinburgh, when Belfast was out due to mine strike, Edinburgh served until Belfast returned. There you go. Paul says, will do. And Dietz, as Edinburgh was sunk in 42. Oh, there we go. I'll put an end to your career as a ship.
Belfast was the cruiser escort for my dad's carrier in Korea.
Yeah.
Belfast and HMS Cossack destroyer. Those were the two escort ships.
Huey Jones in. He says, good afternoon, all. Hello.
And had the site to send an aircraft carrier along with Cossack and Belfast to the mouth of the river. He would have been there when the Yangtze incident was played out in 1949, HMS Amethyst. And he would have got another bar to his Naval Service Medal. We would have had the Yangtze bar. He just had the Malayan emergency, which also happened when they were out there.
Yeah.
Quite busy in 1949.
Paul says, my great uncle was head engineer at the HMS Belfast.
Excellent. Good man. Good man.
My best uncle. Oh, this fucking horse is so unstable.
I had a look around the Fleet Air Museum as well at Yeovilton while I was there. Yeah, rude not to.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
And, at one end of Hall 2, I think it is, there's a Sea Fury and a MiG-15 talking about Korea. And whenever I see that, I get sort of really mildly upset, seeing as that, the Sea Furies were late on the scene, really, because my dad's ship was there first, and they had Seafires, but there aren't any FR-47 Seafires in the country, so they can't show them off. However, they do have a little sort of thing there about the history of the Korean War and the fact that my dad's ship was there first. There was an aerial view of the ship with aircraft range ready for launching, which I've never seen before. It's really good. So I thought that'd be good for a diorama when I get around to building his carrier to place the planes properly. And right to it, there was a photograph of the ship's company, the whole ship's company, and the embarked squadron's company as well.
Oh, cool.
But it's so small a picture, I can't see where he is. But I'll have to ask them if they have the original of that they can. They must have scanned it in order to get it printed for the exhibition. So I'll ask if they can get me a really high-res scan and see if I can find him.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Julian says, clarification required, please. Is it a Julian into space project or extract Julian from swimming pool project? Methinks the latter was suffered mission creep and morphed into the former. Well, when launching you out the swimming pool, I'm seeing how far we can get you. It's a basic scrappy challenge conundrum.
A bit like a Trident missile, then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, a Trident or Tomahawk.
He doesn't seem particularly grateful for all the effort we're putting in, does he?
No. It takes a lot of engineering thought into this. We have offered him a parachute.
Oh my god.
And a leather flying helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
To be fair, I'm not entirely sure how much use a leather flying helmet will be when re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. But, better than nothing.
Yeah, and the GoPro footage would be cool.
Yeah.
We'll strap it to him so he doesn't have to worry about it. Pete says, so starting my first seeking of a total of 3 and figure out which version I need to follow. HU5 early version and not overdrill all holes required. Don't laugh now, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. There we go. Paul says, there I, a crew member of the HMS Belfast who is turning 100. Oh, there is a crew member of the HMS Belfast who is turning 100 on 8th of May.
Amazing.
Thanks.
God bless them.
Deet says, really? That's very impressive. I'll try to remember that, Paul. Paul says his care home is asking for as many cards and well wishes for him. Message me on Discord for details. Jim, obvious by his absence. Where is John Marley today? He's because the change in daylight savings in his part of Australia. He's asked M4H to move the live stream to 12 o'clock. So him and Mal will be doing the M4H live stream for the first hour of the Monday streams now. Which explains why we've not seen David as well. Paul says, so building the HMS Belfast model is really personal for me. Yeah. Neil, I'm sorry, but I packed the parachutes on Tuesday, ready for the shift to Cosford in 2 years' time. Oh, well, maybe we could get him a hang glider or something. Yeah, we could get him a hang glider. That'll get him even further. Rather than a parachute. All he's got to do is push a bar backwards and forwards and left and right.
It seems like that would take up too much space. Better to just fit him with a wingsuit from the hop.
Yeah. Actually, that would work. I mean, we could have a quick release for his wheelchair so that when he gets to peak altitude, just hit the quick release and just glide with his wingsuit. Oh, there's an idea. Julian says, not so much a Trident missile, more as a try not to make a dent missile. Matthew, Julian in space, no one can hear you scream. Why has she chosen now to do the hoovering? Right above my head. So weird. Can you guys hear that?
Barely.
Okay. My God, what the hell is she doing with it? Tell you what I'll do.
K9, K7.
So I mix a bit of. Oh, she's stopped now. There we go. Wonderful. Jim says, be back in a bit. Kara here. Paul says, who has the Flymo? It's not a Flymo. I've just says my wife hoovering upstairs. Dieter says, Paul sent you a DM on Discord. Dieter's, we can always fit Julian with nanotech for Mr. Iron Wheelie. Matthew says, my Flymo is out of action for the time being. Yeah. Matthew did a good job on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was using his Flymo. Something happened with it. So he pulled the Flymo back to try and... Oh, he got it stuck on the ground. So he pulled it back to get it free and then ran over his own cable. With the Flymo. So he decided he was then going to use the strimmer to finish the job. And when he went to use the strimmer, the head flew off.
Yeah, getting the messaging there, you shouldn't be in the garden that day.
Well, my question was, are you sure you're safe to be scale modeling with all the sharp objects?
Yeah. True enough.
I thought so.
Alrighty. So,
Okay.
That's not bad, actually. Close enough. We've got your live stream tomorrow night, haven't we, Gary?
Have indeed, yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah. Yeah, I am, yes. I'm sort of a bit distracted. There's so many other things going on at the moment in the week, and taking Hamish for physiotherapy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all sort of bundles up at you at the last minute, you know, the sort of all different things I've got to do. But yes, looking forward to it, intrigued by what the next conundrum is going to be.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an interesting session.
Well, it looks like the sort of thing that won't actually be on scale mates.
Yes.
There's going to be some interesting issues there, I think. You may well get some points back.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get all 4 points back.
It's going to be. I actually have. No, I haven't got a lot of time. I'm going to be out most of Thursday, but got a bit of time this week to catch up stuff.
Yeah.
I'll crack on with things. They've got the Frog Whitley to paint, my P2 to paint. I've got some well works, got BF1 and 9. There's paint reviews to finish. Quite a lot. And then this ultrasonic knife thing's arriving today. I've got to do a review of that. So
busy.
But it's come at a good time, since I've just got that Edward 199 with all the loads and loads and loads of 3D printed stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's very delicate. And lots of people say, oh, you're going to need an ultrasonic knife for that, mate. I thought, yeah, probably am. Let's have a look around. And then literally the next day, I got an email saying, hi, it's our company. We make some stuff. Would you like an ultrasonic knife to test? But funny you should ask that. But yeah, that'd be really useful. Thank you. So, the modeling goals aligned in my direction for once.
I got a delivery today.
Ooh.
What did you get, Tim?
I got a
And whose was it?
new replacement bloody Harder and Steenbeck 0.28 mil nozzle
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Cool.
for my airbrush, which is good because my first one, which came, with the brush when I was still kind of learning, I was not gentle with it while cleaning and stuff. So I'd actually developed a split in the end of it from jamming the needle a bit too hard, which is a bad habit that I developed using my first cheap
Airbrush.
piece of crap airbrush. One of those all-in-one one speed things, and it's just keeping that thing running with spit and glue. It turns out you actually can be delicate with these things. So
wow.
Yeah. Luckily the needle was in good nick. So just replace the nozzle.
Cool.
But so since then I've been using my 0.45.
Yeah.
For everything, which is great. It's been doing the job, but it just lacks a bit of precision when I'm wanting to do little stuff, just spray a small panel or
a bit of detail or something.
Yeah, detail stuff around armor pads and stuff on minis and just that sort of stuff. But
Matthew says he might change his name to Mr. Bump. Paul says no worries. Trevor says, hi chaps, back off holiday. Hello, Trevor.
Hey, Trevor.
Ooh,
welcome
we've got 31 people watching. Don't forget to lube and subscribe. Deet says, me, I am an IT engineer. Nothing scares me. Also me, national disaster. The coffee machine is out of order. Paul says, only thing that scares me is me. Ian says, I heard about the Flymo incident, Matt. I did the same thing with a hedge trimmer. I got a bit too fast and chopped my own power lead. Blue sparks, run away. I did that with my dad's hedge cutter when I was a teenager. It made a hell of a bloody bang.
That's rule 1 of electronics, guys. You don't let the smoke and sparks out. That's what keeps it running.
Yes. Deet says, Paul, that's actually convenient. When coffee not work, you can scare yourself awake. Paul says, I don't trust myself, and for very, very good reason. That's not reassuring given that you were replacing plug sockets on Friday in your kids' rooms.
Well, he's still here, so it clearly went well enough.
But he hasn't told us if the kids are still there. I don't know what colour to do the blanket under his saddle. Paul says, Hagrid, very true. I live for coffee. I think we all do, mate.
Do you want input on the cloth?
Yeah.
Red.
Okay, so should we go for flat red, leather red, vampire red, signal red, Ferrari red? I think flat red will probably do it.
Yep.
Paul says, Hagrid, very true. I live for coffee. Matthew, Ian, yes, I'm glad it was plugged into the power breaker.
Yeah.
Deets, so the theme for today is beasties on top, wingy thingy down under. Yes. Except from Gary's doing a wingy thingy too.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about the position of the squares.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
Possibly. We never know with Deets. Could be anything.
Just got to nip off and check back in a moment.
Oh, I forgot to paint those four bastards. Deet says 2 lawnmowers ruined by running over my own cable, and it was a big one. Stop bragging. Talk about lawnmowers here.
Oh, sounds like Robin's awake.
Uh-oh.
Poor darling. She had a big day yesterday.
Yeah. She sounds like she's in fine voice.
Yeah. No, she's got a bit of a sleep debt.
Yeah.
Yesterday we went down to the Gold Coast for our friend's 30th.
Yeah.
And so Katie was with the girls inside, and Robin came with me and all the husbands and things. And we went and got fish and chips and had a picnic on the spit, which was awesome.
No. How romantic.
Yeah. That meant she was in the car for a long time.
Yeah. Just think, in 18 years' time, or even 14 years' time, she'll go, no, Dad, that's gross. Why would I want to go spend time with you on the beach? Ugh. You're so embarrassing, Dad. Jim says, my best mate purchased an airbrush needle repair and maintenance tool. I've used it and saved me from buying replacement needles. The problem I've had is sometimes there's a bit of paint I can't get off the needle. So what I've done is once it starts getting a little bit rough and things, I just use a bit of emery cloth and just clean it off gently.
Yeah, I think that the problem I had was it was the nozzle itself had developed a split. Yeah. So the needle was fine, but the nozzle had a split right in the tip, which meant that like I always had a...
You don't want to split in the tip, mate. That'd sting.
I had a mate who did something similar.
Splitting the banjo.
He did. He tore it. It was
not
good.
It stings.
And he's trying to describe it to me, and I'm like, mate, I'm eating lunch. Just stop.
Yeah, it bleeds a lot.
And he grabs the jacket of his cams and goes, so, you know, you could imagine that's the connection point. I'm like, please, Declan, stop. And he goes, and then what happens is he pulls his jacket back. I think almost threw up. Just trying to have lunch. I'm like, I hate you. I went and finished my lunch in the workshop.
Did you sort of just look there with a look of shock on your face there, just casually drop your dinner into the bin next to you?
Oh, yeah, it was just... bless him, but god damn.
It does sting, to be fair.
I'll take your word for it.
Bob says, blood red blanket. You know, it makes sense.
Not blue.
Oh, now I thought, you see, now I thought I saw the ring thing go and someone delivering something, and I thought to myself, that will be the electric knifey thing. But it isn't. It is my new
your new line.
No, that's a computer.
My new laptop.
Nice.
Very slick.
It is. It's that's more like it. It's the 21st century now, chaps.
Yeah. And now the first thing you can watch, you can go watch back over me and Tim talking about splitting your banjo string. Ian says,
Oh,
red, no blue. Ah!
oh, nurse, quick, green. Oh,
Paul says, I once put a spade through a mains cable. I took the electric out for 17 square miles. There's a lad on the industrial estate, my dad's next door neighbour. His son-in-law owned a company that did road maintenance and stuff. And they were repairing they're either repairing something or installing something in the ground in the industrial estate. And one of his lads was using the pneumatic drill and hit the main power cable for the whole industrial estate. And when I was doing my ambulance training, we were showing the CCTV footage of it, obviously for part of our training about what to do with electrical casualties and things. And all you see is him working away, and next minute you just see a flash of light, smoke, and then you just see him lay on the floor with the trousers melted to his legs and everything. And then afterwards, they showed us the photos that the doctors took when he arrived in hospital and things.
Yeah.
So yeah, his burns were that bad that he no longer felt the pain because it had gone full thickness.
Yeah, it's not good when you get bad burns and stuff. Like when you start looking at, the fact that, like you get plasma discharge and stuff.
Yeah.
Like doing the high voltage switching and stuff. Like, yeah, we get shown all sorts of that.
Yeah.
It's like the design of the switchboards is so that like it'll like blow the arse out of the cabinet and stuff. Like they've got directed blast zones to try and minimize the chance of you getting blown into the bulkhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. High range electricity, not fun.
No. It wasn't for him. He lost his legs.
Yeah.
And it wasn't fun for my next door neighbour's son either, because he had to go bankrupt because he had to provide electrical generators for all the factories on the industrial estate, and he had to pay compensation and costs for the lad as well, because he refused to just let the lad get treated by the NHS. So they did the initial emergency treatments, and then he paid for him to go into private hospital to be looked after and things.
Yeah,
because he felt so bad.
Yikes. Do you guys have a version of like dial before you dig over there? So like here we have a thing that like, if you're gonna, if you bought a skid steer or a little excavator or something and you're gonna do some digging on your property or whatever, there's this thing. It's like you dial before you dig, and they'll basically have a look and like tell you what's under there and what's safe and all that.
No, over here we just ring up the council and say, can you send someone out to inspect where the cables are, please?
Oh, fair enough.
Or the electricity board or something. Because they keep the plans there anyway. They can usually just go, yeah, the cable runs on this part of your property. Don't go near it.
Yeah.
But when we had our kitchen redone about 10 years ago, the electricians were a little bit shocked, and we were as well, because over the years we put new cabinets up and things like that in the kitchen, and all these were getting taken out because the kitchen was getting redone. And when they took the plaster off the wall to check the electrics and everything, you had the socket on the wall, and the cable from the socket didn't go straight up and along the ceiling like it was supposed to. It went diagonally across the wall. So we could have hit it at any time. Yeah. So read that one, I believe. Julian says, back. Welcome back. Deet says, friend of mine asked me to help with assembling a lawnmower. When I go there, I understood why. It was a bloody miniature mower so he could mow around his granny's daisies in her lawn. Ooh. At least he was helping her. Deet says, Paul, that sure was an ace spade then. Yeah. Sure was. And Paul said, oh, yes. Jim says, I use a polishing compound like Blue Magic to clean the needle. Does the trick very effectively, like a freshly machined and finished needle. Yeah, that's why I just use the really fine, like 1500 grit sandpaper. Just rub it lightly around it. It does the job. Got 18 likes so far. Cool. Deet says, so nobody's going to talk about the fact Mikey read I Live for Coffee post twice. Then I'm getting another coffee. Julian, so in short, when Mikey's end is rough and he rubs in with emery cloth, it does sting, to be fair. I'm not surprised, Mikey. Fair enough. Ian says, Paul, are you a cat? How many lives have you got left? And Dieter says, Jim, that is some fancy manicure. Well done. I got a new book at the weekend, Gary.
Did you indeed? And what was that?
It's called The Mabinogi.
Oh, right.
I was telling the guys on Friday that I'd ordered it. It's
that sounds how should I say this? Welsh.
It is.
Ah, there you go.
In fact, it's a cornerstone of Welsh literature.
Oh.
Because it's a collection of 11 stories that were written around between 1050 and 1150. But they're from the old tradition of bards and things. But they were first written down around then. But they're actually the stories that the Arthurian legends were based on.
Right, okay. Very good.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I got the English translation one for a tenner.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. Looking forward to reading it. Like cross between sort of folk tales and Aesop fables sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's very good. Very good.
I think the best way I saw it written was that it's imagine J.R.R. Tolkien, but 900 years earlier.
Okay. What, when dragons actually did exist, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta leave them alone now, though, because they're really old and they get cranky.
Okay.
And they start stealing our sheep. If you piss them off.
Right.
Jim says, just posted pics of the needle repair kit on Discord under recommended purchases. Thank you. It'll be interesting to see. Paul says, I have 6 lives left. Paul says, when serving, my nickname was called Ferret. Yeah, you have said. You mentioned that. Jim, Dieter, a very wise investment, my best mates. Save me some money and extend the service life of my airbrush needles. To be honest, I've never really had a problem with airbrush needles. I've never replaced it. But I've only had it for, I think, 4 years.
Yeah, I think I haven't bumped into any problem with, like, paint sticking to the needle and stuff like that, just because I use, like, primarily water-based acrylics.
Yeah, I do as well. It's just sometimes to get, like, little notches on them and things. or they're not quite as sharp. The needle's not quite as sharp as it used to be. So I just give it a little rub with a bit of emery cloth, or with the really fine grit paper, sandpaper. Not that I'm recommending that, of course. People look after their tools how they see fit. And I bear no responsibility for anything you do with them. Julian says, Tim, you mentioned my lack of gratitude for all the efforts to extract me from the swimming pool. Not to labour the point, but for your uncle, I wouldn't be in the ruddy thing. That's true. Well, you would. Tim would have done it.
Just doing my civic duty, sir.
Yeah. Why hire a lifeguard when we can eject you using physics and chemistry?
Yeah, said, well, we could always take like the falling into the pool thing out of the equation. Like remove the chaos of that and actually set him up as like a pool monitor / lifeguard thing. So we deploy him to the pool, and he gets there, like hooks a tow cable onto whoever's drowning, drags him to the shallow end, and then launches himself out of the pool.
Yeah, like an ejector seat.
Yeah, so there you go. Now you've got gainful employment.
Yeah.
Instead of just falling into the pool, you're helping others.
That's like Monty Python's the swimming gala for those who can't swim. And they're off.
Memorial swimming pool.
And they're off. We'll return shortly when they've retrieved the bodies. Julie says, do not interfere with the affairs of dragons, for you are crunchy and taste good with ketchup. Yeah. Tastes just like pig. Allegedly. Julian says, people look at their tools, look after their tools the way they wish. Indeed, some of them rub their hands with sandpaper like you. Dude. No.
Okie dokie. Okay.
And if you think about it, Julian, as well, the other advantage to us ejecting you out of the pool the way we are and getting you to travel across the globe afterwards, it means your clothes will be dry by the time you land. Because the air pressure will have dried all your clothes for you. So you'll eject out of the pool and land fresh and dry. Adam says, had to nip out, but I'm back finally. No problems, buddy. Julian says, you're the one who said it, Mikey, not me. Polishes Halo. I did not say
that. Mal, how are you?
G'day.
Now then.
Hello.
Hi, dude.
Yeah. Hello, Maleficent.
Hello.
How the devil are you, sir?
I'm good. Just come off Steph's thing.
Yeah.
Which is not, as I think John told you, is an hour late in there.
Yeah.
Damn it.
David says, hello, all just over from Steph's show. Hope you're all good. Hello, David.
Hi, David.
Neil says, I have access to some older ejector seats. Cannot say whether the chargers are still good, though. It's all right. We can do that. We were all engineers at one point.
Yeah, it's just C4 and a go button. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, C4. Some of the best engineering you can have.
Yeah.
Not quickest, anyway.
You have the sticker correction, and then you have C4. Both do the same thing, just different levels.
Yeah, but C4 is American.
That's true.
PE4, or it's probably more like PE6 these days.
PE6 in my day.
Yeah, in my day it was PE3A or A28.
Right?
Nobel's A28, which gave you a massive headache.
My day, you had to do with a barrel of black powder, and you were lucky.
You. Well, yeah, it was like that. Well,
I didn't know that. So is it the same stuff, just different name?
What? It works the same. C4 PE4 when I was serving, it was it's a plastic explosive.
Okay.
I think in the American Army forces it comes in a different configuration. Like we had sticks, 8-ounce sticks of it.
Yeah,
£20 to a box, or you get it in a slab, a 0.9 kilogram slab, which was designed to in a pack in a box with malleable metal straps. The idea was you use your bolt gun to attach them to like bridge beams and stuff. Yeah.
The American one comes like in Happy Meal.
Well, I was just going to say, yeah. And the British one, you get a PG tips.
Yeah. So it says here, according to the old AI,
hello.
C4 and PE4 are virtually identical high-performance plastic explosives based on the explosive ingredient RDX, with PE4, plastic explosive number 4, serving as the British equivalent to the US-manufactured C4. Both share similar composition, performance, and TNT equivalents, although PE4 has slight variations in plasticizers depending on the manufacturer. So there you go. And apparently they have performance. They're functionally interchangeable. Studies confirm PE4 provides nearly identical pressure and impulse. So cool. There you go. I never knew that.
Well, I didn't know that as a fact, but I figured they were pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They're both angry Play-Doh.
Yeah. Effing angry Play-Doh.
Yeah. Julian says, except if I'm fired into orbit and the cold of space freezes the water to me. Yeah, but it melts on the way down. Have you never watched when the astronauts come back, all the ice flying off because of the heat of re-entry? You'll be fine, don't worry, dude. David says, and cooks hotter than hexamin. Yeah, it does. Hexamin's banned now, isn't it? Hexamin's banned now.
Yeah, it was always interesting when the infantry would try cooking with PE4. It would melt the mess tins.
Jim says, technical point for the launch phase of the project. Together, the chair and I weigh approximately 60 kilos. That's not bad. Won't need much angry Play-Doh for that.
Yeah, I was just going to default to enough to blow up a mountain.
Yeah. We could probably throw him if it's only 60 kilos. A couple of us could throw him. Neil says, Julian, there are some high altitude suits in storage too. Again, cannot say whether they will work. That's all right. We'll give you a tenner for them. Dietz, let's not forget French car manufacturer Citroën actually has a C4 car range, and so far none blew up.
Yeah, but it's French.
Joe says 60 kilos. Are you sure, Julian?
That would be a funny skit, though. Like they're all stacked up, like ready to do a breach. Guy's like, I want C4 on that door, and then just a Citroen just smashes through the wall.
That's all I'm good for.
Yeah. Matthew says, Full House. Yeah. Julian says, in my day, it were Yorkshire fire. It's like Greek fire, but with attitude. A cigarette hanging from its lip and a flat cap. Julian, yes, Joe, I weigh around 42 kilos. God, that's about the same as my leg. David says, we also used it to dig gun pits. Yeah. I always wanted to see atomic blast simulation. That would have been cool.
I nearly got to build one of them.
Yeah. I was reading the manual how to do it one day. I was like, oh, can we try that? And they were like, no. That's Royal Engineers. No, you're not doing it.
I've never seen it, but it's essentially quite easy.
Yeah.
I was doing battle sims for battalion exercises on West Falkland, and after the recce, I basically, because they didn't know what I could do, I said, well, I can do your individual rifle fire, I can do your GPMG fire, I can do you more proper mortar fire or artillery fire. I said, I can even do a nuclear explosion. What can you? I said, with the right gear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you didn't need much to do it either, did you? From what I remember.
Right.
From the instruction manual, I don't think you needed much to do it either. It's just
do you want to see it?
Explosives. I don't think it's a good idea.
No, it's probably not. Oh, there. Yeah, the oil drum on legs, filled with diesel.
Yeah.
Deck cord around the top. That's fired at the same time as the hayrick.
Yeah.
Sorry, the beehive that fires through it from underneath. It's quite basic.
Yeah.
I mean,
so remember the other day I was considering putting an atomic weapon in the B-47 Bombay?
Yeah.
Right. I found one. It's this one here. So that's the correct weapon. It was designed for the B-47 and using the B-52 and the B-58 as well. So that's like a Mark 53 or a B-53 thermonuclear weapon.
Huh.
Guess how many times more powerful it was than Hiroshima?
Probably about 100.
600.
Oh, there you go.
And they had hundreds of them, about 150 of them. Bloody
makes
insane.
you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, at least it didn't all go up. And the last one was decommissioned in 2011, so good.
Yes. Ian says the P4 sounds like a gang of angry rivet counters. Neil says, no whip it, Julian. Julian, I'm reminding Michael Caine the Italian Job. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah, well, engineering with PE4 and the like, CE4 isn't is designed just to blow the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are two calculations: deliberate and just throw as much shit on it as you can. If you've got plenty of explosives, just get it on. If you're low on explosives, then you do deliberate calculations.
Yeah.
But generally, blow the shit out of it.
Yeah. I remember doing RPG simulation. That was fun. Because at the end of the exercise, we still had a load of P4 and deck cord left. So, and a load of fuel. So we just got like 4-gallon fuel containers with sugar and diesel and that in it. And then you stuck all the PE4 we had left and then just put a long line away from it. And just went click. And it went boom. And what the fuck?
When I was at my first tour at training, Reg, there was a guards used to come from Purbright to show their recruits their support weapons and stuff, wombats, combats back then, and GPMG mortars, stuff like that. And to reciprocate, we used to take the guys, the guards, on the demolition range, and we'd always have a car to blow up, and we gave it to them always. And we'd give them a bar mine or a Mark 7 mine as well. There's a box of PE, so £20 a PE, and they put PE all over the car. And of course, when it was set off, there was no car left. When you consider that half a stick of plastic explosive, 4 ounces, will pretty much destroy a car. A bar mine, which will flip a T-72. As well as taking its track off. And £20 of plastic. There was literally you'd get the axle, maybe the rear axle. Yeah, but not a lot else. I used to love it.
Who doesn't love doing a bit of boom blasting?
I think it does like scratch that monkey brain itch in your brain, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same way that like you go camping when you're a kid and you throw like a can of deodorant or something onto the fire. You just wait for it to bang.
And then you'll go, way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's same as back in the day, bonfire night. Lighting bangers and throwing them in the window cleaner's bucket, and it was like emptying his bucket for him. It's all good stuff.
We went to a bonfire party a few years ago, and me and Kay were stood there, and I was watching them doing the fireworks and stuff. They had the bonfire, and I said to Kay, that pile of boxes there, that's supposed to be the empties. And she went, yeah. And I went, that one's closed. And she went, oh, I'm sure they got it right. And I went, I'm not so sure. I think we should step back. Next minute, they threw all the empties into the fire, and bloody fireworks are going up the garden and everything. Everyone was shitting themselves. Like, what do you think was going to happen? Never ever never ever throw your empty boxes onto the fire because they may not be empty.
No.
You stick them in the recycling. Let the council deal with the potential kabooms. Matthew says 42 kilos. We don't need C4 or P4, just a trebuchet. Yeah. Or really long ruler. Boing.
Oh, there's a good idea. You could have the trebuchet, right? But then to generate extra force, we have a blast plate and then pack it with C4. Blow the shit out of the counterweight straight down.
Or what we could do, put the kaboom, the angry Play-Doh, underneath the wheelchair, so that as it hits the ground, it detonates and sends him off against. So it's like skipping stones.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. I think that'd be funny. I mean, not for Julian, but we'd have a laugh.
I'll tell you what, I bet he's grateful for that leather cap now.
I know, right? His leather trousers, though, he's a big confused by.
I'll strap a frying pan to his ass. Boing.
Julian says, no, Neil, make him do with a second-hand scimitar. Deet says, the new C4, guaranteed not to blow anything up before you reach your destination and back. That's like that Volkswagen advert where I think it's for the Volkswagen Polo. And you see this guy, he's like coming out the house, he's really nervous and sweating and looking really anxious. And he gets in his car and he drives to this destination and he pulls up outside the restaurant in the Volkswagen Polo, pulls out a detonator. And then he stands there and he sits there and he prays inside the car and then presses the button. And all you see is the outside of the car. And you just see a flash inside, and then the inside the windows turn red, and then at the bottom it goes, Volkswagen Polo now tougher than ever.
Jesus.
It was an actual Volkswagen advert. It's on YouTube.
Is that been banned now, is it?
Yeah, it's still on YouTube, but they're not allowed to show it on telly anymore. Well, I'm sure
that's like my favourite advert ever for basically bran flakes, and it was sort of basically this line comes out, it's just crunchier than a wildebeest, and it got banned.
Well, there's the MasterCard adverts as well, weren't they? They were good. There's one that was a guy and a girl arrive outside the house, and he's obviously dropping her off after a date, and he's asking her, asking her for a bit of oral fun, should we say? And he's going, "Oh, but please, come on, I love you forever," and all this, and it's going on for ages. And then next minute, the door opens, and her sister comes out and she says, "Will you just do it for God's sake?" And Dad says, "Will you just give him one? If not, he'll give one. But whatever you do, take your hand off the bloody intercom."
Yeah. Seen it, yeah.
Deet says, "I don't just read that one. Where are we? Buy the new C4 Commando Special and receive your weight in plastics. Detonator not included." Bob says, best ask modders about C4. Jim says, greetings, Mr. Marley. Now we have a live stream. Julian ponders the Sinclair C4 was an electric scooter-ish. C4 is an explosive. Probably wise not to confuse the two. No. Paul says, I like Purbright. It was better than Catterick. Yeah. Although Catterick did have a good off-road driving circuit. Deet says,
Catterick is the RAF Regiment Depot when I was in.
Was it?
Just the other side of the A1, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the balloon jumps as part of parachute training there as well.
Yeah. Did they go bang when you landed on the balloon?
No, barrage balloons, mate.
Oh,
barrage. You get into the basket underneath the barrage balloon. They winch you up about 750 feet, then you jump out.
Ah,
shout Geronimo. And
by far the scariest part of the course, if I'm honest with you, because you get in at ground level, they winch you up, and you get a very, very real feel for what 750 feet is like.
Nothing.
It's a really, really does your head in. Jumping out of a plane is a piss compared to that.
Yeah.
Because it's all noise and you just jump out and whatever. But yeah, the balloon jumps are horrible. Absolutely horrible.
When you said balloon jump, I had this image of a load of RAF regiment recruits doing a team building exercise where they have to try and pop as many balloons in a certain.
Yeah, with our beds with the LEDs on. I know.
Yeah.
But that's why you can do them at night. That's what the LEDs are for. So you can do it at night time.
Ah, that explains it.
Last person to pop all their balloons has to sleep in a 4-star hotel. Ha ha ha.
I know. It was a tough life, Tim. You laugh, but it was a tough life.
It was.
With no turn down service. My God, what a nightmare. You had to go and buy your own little chocolatey square things. They didn't arrive on the pillow. It's like in a third world country. Jesus.
No, nothing but love for our Air Force friends.
Says, Christ, there's a Scooter C4 too now. Where is the boat or the plane? Oh, wait. Paul, kids and Lego, most dangerous things known to man. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it. Paul says, ouch. Ooh, what's going on? There you go. It's all right, I'll do it. Not sure painted. Julian says, Dieter, the Sinclair was back in the early 80s. What the hell is going on? Tiff says, I still need to build that, Bob. Though looks a great kit, I'm wanting a specific paint for it, so it'll wait until then. Yeah. Not a lot of people know that. Ian says, great. Now I have an image of Julian in lederhosen and a cap. Why are you imagining Julian in lederhosen? He's just like a really angry old schoolboy.
Like Angus Young.
Yeah. Matthew says, all those Spitfire beer ads that got banned for being offensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Smith's one used to be good as well. Remember the one where they're all stood in a circle playing keep you uppy with football, and then the ball gets to him and he just poofs it straight off the field into like the house or something. And he just goes, John Smith, no nonsense beer, no nonsense bitter. Yeah. Bob John Sinclair, Julian Sinclair went one better. He was a C5. Julian says, Ian, my sympathies. Nobody needs that image. No. Julian, oh, was it Bob? I forget. No, it was Ian that had the image of you in your lederhosen. You must have borrowed it off Mr. Morris. Bob says, I must admit I had to Google Sinclair C and it returned 5. There we go. Julian, Dieter, wheelchairs, swimming pools, and trebuchets, the less successful sequel to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah. We got 27 people watching in a minute, which is cool.
Good title for an autobiography, though.
Yeah. Wheelchairs, swimming pools, and trebuchets. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. There's actually a guy I watch on YouTube, Todd something. Can't remember what his name is, but he built his own trebuchet. He's actually a medieval weapons manufacturer. Let's see if I can find it.
Business must be hard these days.
There you go. It's called Todd's Workshop. He does some really good videos where because what he does, he makes the weapons himself and then tests them out to see how they worked and see if there's there's ways that could have improved them and things like that, and try and work out the techniques that they used from the old literature and stuff. So it's pretty interesting.
So it turns out there was one more clear part for this that I need to build, but luckily it's only little. It's on the lower port wing. There's a lamp or reflector or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sits there. So cut a little something, figure that out.
Adam says, got his number, planning myself a siege. There you go. That's his channel. It's actually pretty cool. There you go. That's his business. He makes the swords and things like that.
Oh, good on him.
Yeah. World's most dangerous fruit, pomegranate. Ian says, I think I watched Todd's workshop about the longbow myths. Yeah. So that's another thing he does is he looks at myths and things about medieval weaponry and stuff and tests them to see whether they're true or stuff like that. And like he can do archery, but he can't use a longbow because he's not strong enough. So he gets one of his friends to come in and do it, and you can tell his friend's a longbow archer because the way he does it is just bizarre. The way he has to position himself and things to get the maximum strength out of his muscles in his back to pull it.
Yeah,
you can see why they have overdeveloped shoulder muscles and things.
Yeah. One of our museums here, I forget what it was. Actually, no, it was in the UK. Yeah, no, it was in the UK somewhere, and they had a longbow sort of fixed on the wall, and had a calibrated thing on the drawstring to kind of feel what the draw weight was like. Yeah, those things are no joke.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. But the way he has to do it is he has to sort of pull up the slack, and then he sort of hunches his shoulders forwards and leans forwards, and then stretches the right hand side of his body round to pull it. So he's literally just using the muscles in his back to draw the string. Because if he tries to do it just his arms won't be strong enough. It looks quite weird when they do it because they have to lean right forwards and things. But yeah, some of the distances they get out of them is ridiculous.
Presumably, the friends put you back into it.
Yeah, probably. Bob says, I love Scrappy Challenge where the barley pickers made a car-throwing trebuchet. It self-destructed mid-first throw. I remember that.
Yeah.
The beam just snapped in half, didn't it? The whole thing fell apart. One of the main guys on there was Major Dick Strawbridge, who later became a colonel. Royal Engineers.
I think he was Remy.
No, he was Royal Engineers. He wasn't Remy. But he ended up being a colonel, didn't he?
Yeah.
With his
I
tash.
always thought he was in engineers, but apparently not. But he then owned a mansion.
Yeah, he bought a chateau in France, didn't he?
France, yeah. Oh, cool.
So, do you guys not have chateaus in France? Like, I know Gary does, but
well, not at the moment. They're pretty cheap.
So, it's an interesting career. He was commissioned into the Royal Corps of Signals in 79. He rose through the ranks to become a major in 1991, and it took him 20 years to get to major. Wow. Usually only takes him like 4 years to get to captain. And was later promoted to lieutenant colonel in June 1999. During his career, he served in Northern Ireland, where he was awarded the MBE 93 for distinguished service. He retired from the army in November 2001. While serving, he was involved in communications and electronics, often utilizing his engineering background. There we go. So he was a scaly.
Yeah, scaly.
Don't you get to captain basically just by keeping out of trouble?
Yeah,
and then
captain.
Then thereafter it's sort of lieutenant and captain come basically with the rations, don't they? A bit like
they're all promotions.
Then become pilot officer, then flight lieutenant, and then after that you've actually got to do something for your promotion.
Yeah, they're automatic promotions, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they say they're not, but they are. It's the same here. But like, you know, in army, it's like because you come out of Dundrum as a lieutenant. Like, you know, we don't really have 1 pips. That's not really a thing.
Yeah.
So you come out with 2 pips, but then you get promoted to captain and major if you don't, you know, have a head full of drugs or play grab butt. You will make that, and then for promotion past that, you need to be selected to go to staff college in Canberra.
Yeah. See, it's not so much staff college over here. It's they have to start going on different courses about management and things like that. They have to sort of figure out what sort of direction they want to take with their career. So what regiment they want to go into and things like that. Do they want to specialize or go into special forces or whatever?
Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah.
So like we have like you join as a general entry, like unless you already have a like engineering degree, and then you're going to like engineers.
Yeah.
But normally you just join as a GSO, General Service Officer, and then you can kind of have your preference, but it kind of depends on how you go through your training and stuff.
Yeah.
So ultimately you get put where the army wants you, and then that's your core, and then things like SF selection are like technically open to anyone.
Yeah. See, from what I remember, over here they go through Sandhurst, and when they at the end of Sandhurst, they put down what regiments or corps they want to join, and then they get interviewed by that corps or regiment. And then if they get selected, then they go to that one. But then once they get to captain and start one doing major, they've got to start going on courses. So if they want to, if they want to specialize in the admin side or be on the front lines with the infantry or whatever, rather than being in the office and things, then they have different courses to go on. And it depends not just on what they want to do as a major, but they have to go on courses to prepare them for moving up to colonel and things like that. Julian says, did anyone watch Weapons Masters on TV? They made modern versions of ancient weapons. That sounds fun. Sounds like something we'd do. David says, did do archery when I was younger. My bows were all around 60-pound draw weight. That's longbow, recurve, and compound bows. Nice. Joe says, off to pick up garden soils. Take care all. See you tomorrow. See you later, Joe. Bob says, I had a friend who did archery. He also hang glided. The combination was frightening. Drawing the bow meant losing control of the glider. Is that the ancient Air Force?
It's number 3 squadron, I think. Yeah. Careful, because there is no number 3 squadron anymore. So offend them too much. But basically, there aren't any squadrons really. There's the Overton. They've got a display based around the modern carrier. I call them carrier in the loosest sense of the two ships that carry aircraft that we have, and they have a depiction of a battle group with like and a couple of Type 45s and a couple of Type 20-somethings and then an RFA and all this sort of stuff. Looking at that, thinking that's basically the Navy these days. That's basically the lot. You know what I mean? It's you got on these. I don't think so.
There you go. It's put it into context what we're saying about longbows and why that YouTuber has to get his friend to do it for him. Modern recreational bows are between 30 and 60 pound draw weight. Historical military bows are up to 180 pound draw weight.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Yeah.
It's ridiculous the amount of power. 180 pound in weight. The minimum was 81 pounds. Sheesh.
But when I was younger and used to do Napoleon wargaming, you know, with the troops on tabletops and all this sort of thing, they actually had rules for bowmen because the Russian Cossacks from sort of Mongolia were still armed with bows. And there is an occasion where during the invasion of Russia by Napoleon, when one of the columns came under attack by one of these polks of Cossacks, and it scared the bejesus out of them. You know, an account of the time says that we can stand musket fire, but these bows are horrendous because you don't hear them coming, you don't see what's going. Suddenly, all this stuff would appear from nowhere, from above, basically, and it's to scare the bejesus out of them.
There's Mad Jack Churchill in World War II, wasn't there? He landed on D-Day with a broadsword because he believed that a warrior should never enter battle without his sword. Gentlemen never enter battle.
One of the tank regiments in '91 crossing over into Kuwait, to Iraq, they stopped at the border and the officers opened up the tops, drew their swords, and said walk on or whatever. And they because for 300 and something years they always crossed into enemy territory with drawn swords, and they weren't going to stop that. Really, really, guys. But then that's why our army's actually pretty good because they care about stuff like that, I think.
Yeah. Apparently, that Mad Jack Churchill managed to capture an entire town's worth of German soldiers because they all thought he was mad. He was mad, so they just like, we don't want to fight him.
Frankly, was.
Yeah.
Well, Anders Lassen was well known as he liked to do some hunting with bows and stuff like that. Quite how much he actually carried into warfare, I don't know. I don't think it's quite like the League of
the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that. He certainly wasn't the size of Jack Reacher, whatever his character is. But he was an outstanding, and he was a wood. He was brought up as a woodsman, and he would hunt elk and wolves and shit like that. And he did know to use a bow and arrow very well.
Julian says, when it comes up, once weapon masters were assisted by a US Marine who had used a flamethrower. Inventor said, "Hold on, I forgot something and disappeared." Marine commented, "The least promising thing I've heard since the last time someone said, 'Hey, Bubba, watch this.'" Julian, I used to do archery. I still have my bow somewhere. Oh, there we go. So, what we're now turning Julian into is an airstrike. A primitive form of it. Julian says, if I recall correctly, they found some longbows on the Mary Rose deck, about 100 pounds. Not sure how the wood wouldn't have rotted, though. Yeah, it did. The reason it didn't rot is because it was covered in silt. So there's no oxygen getting to it. They've got them in the museum. They found hundreds of them with the arrows and everything. Julian says, if I recall, Anders Larsen in the SAS in World War II used a crossbow for silently killing guards. Yeah. And Julian says, Jack Reacher, the character is 6'5".
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's almost a Malcolm size charging down at you. That's scary.
Now, do you remember me saying why Jack Reacher is called Jack Reacher?
Could he like to reach around?
Yeah, I'll remind you. So Lee Child, his actual name is James Grant, right? So instead of James, he's called Jack. And because he's so tall, his wife has always called him Jack Reacher because he can reach the things on the top shelf of the supermarkets for her.
That's cool.
It's a fun fact.
There was an interview with him on ABC, I think, Conversations on ABC a couple of years ago.
Cool.
I remember him saying that.
Why did he go by Lee Child?
Oh, I don't know.
I think James Grant is a perfectly good name.
Yeah, but I think it's like, he probably turned up, he tried to join the French Foreign Legion, and like in the cartoon where Bugs Bunny joins up, or maybe it's Pepe Le Pew. I think Pepe Le Pew turns up and the French guy at the counter says, Filet vous de nom de plume. And he probably just did that. Each half.
Jesus. Sound like she just fell over.
Oh.
There says, not sure, but I think they took a couple of those bows and tried them out. Yeah, they probably did. But you can work out from the thickness and the type of wood and things what poundage they would have been. Julian says, the actor who plays Jack Reacher is the TV series is 6'3". Yeah.
Alan Richardson.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually looks like Jack Reacher should look. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that series was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was good.
Series 4 is coming out soon.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a movie out on is it Netflix or Amazon at the moment?
Yeah.
It's called War Machine.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's actually like pretty fun, like little action movie.
Yeah.
Quite good.
Oh, is that the one where he's in training and he's like doing like a cross country with the stuff on him, and they say, "Where's the rest of your unit, soldier?" And he just says, "Behind me, sir." And they're like sort of 500 yards away. It's like this machine of a man.
Yeah, so he's going through Ranger selection,
Right?
and like he's old for going through it, but it's like a promise that he was going to do it with his brother and stuff. And so yeah, he's going through it, but yeah, very kind of antisocial, kind of no nonsense. He's been through it and been on actual combat deployments and stuff like that, whereas everyone else is kind of freshies.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a cool cool movie, you know. So everyone like wants him to kind of lead and stuff, and he has absolutely no interest in it. Like he just wants the tab.
But he's also injured, isn't he? When he's him and his brother got they were bombarded, and his brother died, and he got injured.
Yeah, his
tried to carry his brother back to base, and didn't quite make it. So we had that hanging over him.
Yeah, his knees smoked.
His knee was, bollocks.
Yeah.
But the size of him, it was a bit like Schwarzenegger. Because of the size of him, you can actually sort of think, yeah, this guy could do this.
Yeah, like when a human being has like no interest in making friends or anything, and they're literally just putting calories in and push-ups out. Like, yeah, they actually do become like more machine than person.
Yeah. It's like that helicopter pilot that got the Medal of Honor the other week. And
yeah,
even his jaw looked like it had done push-ups.
Yeah, dude looks like Henry Cavill. In the face and stuff, but he's just jacked. Yeah, it was flying. Was it a Chinook or a Black Hawk that he was flying? Yeah, flying a Black Hawk, and small arms fire came through and shot his legs up and stuff, and he still flew his bird home
One
safe.
thing I did feel sorry for him for was they didn't get his uniform tailored for him. They gave him a standard cut uniform, but because he's so jacked, his chest was really wide and his waist was really narrow. So when they put the belt on the jacket, it looked like he was cinched in at the waist, like a sack of spuds. Instead of hanging straight. Yeah, if you're going to get the Medal of Honor or something like that, at least they could have at least tailored his uniform for him.
Well, why bother?
Why bother?
I mean, the guy that'll hand it to you, he has more money than sense, and he doesn't have a tailored suit.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Anyway, Julian,
in the UK, you if you won the VC, you'd go and visit the monarch.
Yeah, so you have to go and get your uniform.
You'd have a proper tailored. Yeah, you would. It'd be like you will.
Yeah, or if you're not in uniform, then you'd have to have a top and you'd have to have proper tails, wouldn't you?
Done properly.
June says, by the way, there are a couple of Weapons Master episodes on YouTube. Wonderful. David says, just looked up the original, are considered too fragile. They made exact replicas of them, and yes, the draw rate was 100 to 180 pounds. Yeah. Julian, Gary, before I forget again, the science fiction series I mentioned with realistic almost physics is The Expanse. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. David says, and the arrow with a bodkin point would penetrate steel armor at 200 yards. Yeah. That's mad. And we have someone new commenting. Rex the Dragon. The actor Robert Hardy was massively involved with the Mary Rose Longbows. Yeah. A great name. I like that name.
And he was instrumental in setting up the Azincourt Museum, actually. France.
Nice. I like it. It's interesting the way he spelt Rex the Dragon as well. It's almost like Wrexham, but without the ham at the end.
That is his uniform and stuff, Mikey.
Yeah. But if you look, it looks like he's been cinched in at the waist, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's just their uniform though. Like it comes down and then the belt's over the top. Like it's supposed to cinch in. It's just like, yeah, it actually shows the dude's built like a Dorito chip. You know, his shoulders are like half again what his waist is. So yeah, dude's got the body shape of a triangle. So
yeah.
No,
I just think they could have tailored it better for him, getting the Medal of Honor. David says the late Robert Hardy and team did test a small number of bows to destruction to understand the limitations of wood. Yes.
It's a crispy looking uniform there.
Yeah. You just look like you could cut yourself on his jaw or something, don't you?
Sounds like you fancy him.
No.
Yeah. Clearly.
Ooh, we've got 4 minutes left. Where are we? Oh, there we go. And yeah, I've just read that one. So how have you all got on today with your models?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. I've cracked the rigging on this, I think.
Is that the 123? Is it, Mal?
153.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, it's got quite robust rigging.
Yeah.
And the wing positions for it were just like small nibs. So I've taken those off and made a triangular section with a hole through.
Yeah.
And that one I've just lost. I've made a tube to hold a piece of wire. This wire.
Yeah.
And drilled out the whole relevant holes in the fuselage, etc. So the lower wing one is a tube, same wire at an angle, and the same wire goes up through that hole. So that they'll both work. It's just the twin ones on the front piece,
yeah,
that are going to be a bit awkward. So I'm just working out the method. But yeah. That's come on. And in the meantime, I broke the antenna off my HS123.
Oh, see, that's what I was thinking of, the 123.
Yeah, that's behind me. I took it to Armed Forces Hub on Friday.
Yeah,
and the lid of the box it was in was there wasn't quite enough room. The antenna got broken off.
Damn.
Hey, there you go.
It's always the problem with transporting models, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I should have realised it, but I didn't. Yeah.
It's when you put the lid on and you crunch.
Like, well, I did check it. I think I flexed the lid a little bit, and
yeah,
it was a bit. Anyway.
Julian says, I too have a body shaped like a triangle, one seen via a carnival mirror that's been in a fire and gone a bit melty. That's an elaborate explanation.
But understood.
Yeah. So, and appreciated.
Or not.
Yeah. I've deviated from the instructions a little bit and assembled the whole top wing. Because the video that I saw had the dude had like the fuselage and stuff, and then the pyramid pylons in there, was able to just slip that over and then fix the bottom and then kind of get the supports in there and stuff without too much finagling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got the little cuts in there for the bracing wire and all that stuff, which will be the photo etch.
Yeah.
Is that a
And then
swordfish?
it is. It's my swordfish.
Yeah.
I'm getting a move on with it. And then and then today assembled the bottom wings. So I got the holes and stuff drilled, and again, little slits for all the bracing wire are in.
Mhm.
I'll just cut a little bit of clear something for the little light panel thing, and then that'll
Nice.
be that done. And then it'll just be what's left? The wheels and the remaining armaments.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gary, have you managed to get much done?
I've done a lot of spraying of bits for my trimotor. So I sprayed the engine, engines, engine pods, all the struts and da-di-da-di-da, cleaned it up a bit, put a window in there that was disappearing. You got yours as well. Excellent.
Yes.
Mine arrived yesterday.
Yeah, mine arrived just before I got on Steph's show.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The thing is, though, the bad thing about this is that I might have to buy 2 more.
I know.
Yeah.
I know the feeling, right?
There's schemes in it. Shit.
And then do you do it with the wings folded or not, and all the rest? Just.
Oh dear. Well, I'd seen it at Telford, and I knew I was going to get one. Although it's sort of out my sphere of interest, but
There you go.
It's a beautiful
Look at that. With the invasion stripes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big fan of that box art because it's just
Yeah. Well, it's the I plan on doing a Carmichael. Is it Lieutenant Carmichael one? Only mid killer thing. Only because I've got one in 48 done for a very old kit.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the idea of that. I like the scheme as well, but there's it's just the fact that different countries have used it, and because I paint the markings on Canadian markings, I have painted them before, and Australian, but only like once. So I'll just look at it and go, I want to do that one. I want to do no, it's a bit too much.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for them to bring out their Mark 14 Spitfire. They are doing it. I spoke to the guy at Telford, and he said yes, definitely doing it.
Well, they're doing every one of the 2-stage supercharged Griffin engined Spitfires and C5s.
C5s, yeah.
So they are doing the FR47, which is ace.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I can't understand how there is not at this point in time already Mark 14 Spit in 1/32 scale.
We're 4 minutes over, so let's get these last comments done. Ian says, my body is also a triangle. If you hit me, I make a high-pitched sound. Bob. Rob says, ooh, nice swordfish. Brill.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben.
He says, Alan Richardson looks like Reacher from it looks a lot like Reacher than Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Probably a lot more like him.
Yeah. Julian deviated from the instructions, Tim. Sans trebuchet, lederhosen, or flying helmet. Rob says, did you get Navy Wings goodies with the Sea Fury? Nope. Julian says, agreed, Rob. Tiny Tim is not Jack Reacher in appearance or behavior. Oh, Tiny Tom. Sorry. There we go. Julian says, laugh my ass off at Ian. And Rob says, Robert Hardy's tutor was Tolkien, I believe. And Rob says, Patrick, here I come. Yippee. Julian says, great stream, guys. Thank you. And Rob says, Pacific Coast Models did a 1/32 Spitfire 14. I bugged a few away. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool. Right. That's us done for today. So back tomorrow, 12 till 2 with the World War One build. Until then, Hulvar for now.
Hooray.
Adios.